All right, folks, we're going live. Is it live yet? There it is. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Techo Thursday. Let me switch back. Oh, yeah, Laura's on. I am fixing my hair while we get started here for a minute. Today we are going to talk about long-term document storage. So we all know that we need to keep our documents for 3 years. I'm going to show you how I personally do this. I do it through Dropbox, which is encrypted. Our Google Clouds are not encrypted. Which is why I pay for Dropbox. Also, that's what my drone photographer uses to drop me the videos for the drone photography. So it works out, one place to store everything, and it doesn't matter what computer I'm on, I can access that if I need to, much like Command. So let's, well, I'm gonna give you guys a few more minutes to sign in. And then we will get started. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get rolling here. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to share Facebook. Share. All right. First thing we're going to do is sign into Command. I know I told you I wouldn't be Commandy, but we do have to do a few things. So I'm going to open Command. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open the MLS. Your MLS may look different than mine. That's fine. They should have the same basic tools available for your use. Okay. Okay. And then the last thing that I'm going to open is Dropbox. So now we can go full screen. I don't need this. I do need that. I wish this would go away, but I don't know how to make it happen. All right. So first things first, we're going to go to market reports, and we're going to do agent. No, I don't want. I want the agent production report. Sorry, I always forget which one I want. I know that I've gotten my ones up to the first of this year up to date. So I'm going to do this for this entire year. I'm going to generate this report. Oh, I'm signed in as Denny. Oh, Lordy. My bad. Okay, we're going to switch profiles here. Oh, that'll teach me to be signed in as somebody else. Okay, so we're going to go back. We're going to switch to Elysse Jinkens. And we're going to go to agent production report. This should look better. Okay, so we're just going to download this and save. And then we're going to exit out of these two things. And we're going to go full screen. So as you can see, this is my Dropbox. We're going to go to the transactions folder. We're going to go to closed in 2022.
Hey Elysse, quick question. I forgot if you mentioned
Okay, so that's all the springs, and okay, so I've done 2 this year that I've already put in here. So another thing that I do is I keep my closings in a spreadsheet. Okay, so that's not closed yet. This is closed. This closed. Oh, whoa, what? Excuse me as I do some organizing here. I hope that you're spreadsheets are more up to date than mine are. Okay, so that's the only one I've got going on. That should close 10/21/2022. I wrote an amendment to that yesterday. All right, so also my current listings needs to be updated because I have 11 current listings. So we're gonna go to 2022 closed transactions, and I just saw a comment. Can you hear me? I cannot hear you, Laura. Should I be able to?
Can you hear me now?
Is my sound on? There's a thought. Do I even have the volume turned on? Function volume. Hang on. I think the problem is me, not you. It's me. Okay. The problem really is me. I didn't have my speakers on.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just talking and then you started talking. I was like, I don't think she can hear me. Okay, quick question. I wasn't sure if you mentioned this or not, but is Dropbox free for all kinds of storage, or does it cap you as to how much you can use?
It caps you as to how much you can use for free, and then you pay like a yearly subscription. Now, I got Dropbox free with my subscription to Microsoft Office.
Okay.
Which I literally only keep because some people feel the need to send me Word documents.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand that. Okay, perfect.
So, yeah, that worked for me. So where did I leave off? Oh, I left off at my spreadsheet. So the reason I have my spreadsheet pulled up is because I want to know the last names of everybody. Now, you'll notice some of these are capitalized last names and some of them aren't. The capitalized last names are who I represented. So on this one, I represented both sides. On this one, I only represented the quarteries. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yep.
Perfect. And I'm so sorry. I keep having to move my screen down because this stupid task toolbar thing for Zoom will not disappear. I don't understand. Okay, so I needed this spreadsheet and oh my gosh, do I really not have all of the, okay, I'm a lazy bookkeeper, just putting this out there. So there will be things that I have to do like this. I represented both sides. So that should all be bold, except for the word to. Like that's how particular I am about these spreadsheets, you guys. And then like I need to find who we sold this to. Okay, so we'll fix that in a minute. This is why we opened command, was so that we could do some basic housekeeping. I wonder what I texted him. Probably happy birthday. Okay, so we're gonna go to opportunities. We're gonna go to all opportunities. And what I'm gonna do real quick is run to the printer. I'm going to print that agent production report. I seem to do a lot better when I can physically cross them off the list. Oh my God, my screen sharing was paused. Why? Is it because I'm trying to print this document? This is stupid. They've done some updates and I'm not impressed. Okay, I think you guys should be able to see this now. I'm going to be right back because I'm going to go get this off the printer. So hang tight. Grab your coffee, refill your coffee or something. Okay, we're back, folks. We're back. All right. So I accidentally printed 2 copies, so I'm gonna set one to the side. I'm gonna find a good pen. All right. So I want, now look, I do this a little bit differently than most people. I only store closed stuff on this. The stuff that I like listed, but it expired, or it's still currently listed and not closed, I don't upload to that because I trust that command is going to work and that I'm not leaving the KW anytime soon. So that's why I go about it in that way. All right, what have I done? We've done Regatta Bay 3C. So we'll cross that off the list down here. Pull open. Are you gonna work? There it goes. And then we did TBD Alder Springs. Okay. Okay, and then these are all active, so we don't really need that. Okay. Yeah. So the first one that we're gonna do is TBD Cherokee. So I'm just gonna type that in. I had both sides. So we're gonna click on listing side first because it was at the top. We're gonna go to documents. Check this out, you guys. I'm gonna move your beautiful faces. We're gonna go to the 3 dots. We're gonna export documents. I want to export all documents and I just want them to go to me. So I'm not gonna check this because I don't want them to go to the clients, all right? But when I close a deal, I export them to the clients and then I give them credentials, which is usually just their last name and the year. Okay, so that's that. And if I refresh my screen, I should be able to click the bell and look at that. I've got documents ready to be uploaded. So we're going to do this. Why is it not? Hang on. We're going to reshare my screen. This is annoying me. Hi, Denny. Glad to see you on here. Okay, so I'm just literally going to share the whole screen. This should fix my issues. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to downloads. And I'm going to retitle this BIUNDO 2. Okay, we're going to save that for now. We're going to go back. Oh, it didn't save it. TBD Cherokee. And the other people were Burkett. All right, so now we can do this. That's the arrow. BURKETT. All right, now this. Control A. What have I done? Oh, I left it in the zip file. Okay, I skipped a step. So we're just gonna copy this file name because I accidentally missed a step. And I think we can open a new one, maybe not. We're gonna go to downloads, we're gonna press new folder, we're gonna open folder. We're gonna make it titled the same thing. we're gonna add another folder to it. We're gonna put seller side. We're gonna spell that correctly. And then we're gonna go back to downloads. We're gonna go to the zip file. We're gonna press Control A, Control C to copy. And we're gonna paste all the documents from the seller side in there. Now we're gonna go back to command. We're gonna go to documents. And we're gonna export the buyer side of all the documents here. Okay, now remember, this is just because I had both sides. Normally you would only be pulling the one side. Ooh, bless me, my gracious. Okay, so that should be opening. Possibly not. Oh, that's the old one. Okay, don't forget to refresh your screen here. And then these are the current documents that we need. Okay. So Control A, Control C, back to downloads. We're going to just the normal file. We're going to add a new folder to it that is buyer side. This works a lot better if you have two screens, I will say that. So now that we've got everything into the one folder, we're going to move over here. We're going to create a new folder. I only want me to have access to this. And I think I'm actually just going to press upload because it should keep the file name. Was it not going to? It wants me to use stinkers. Nope, no, no, no. I don't like that. They've done some updating to this. It really is a lot easier with two screens. So all I'm going to do here is copy and paste the name. For over here, and then I'm going to do dash TBD Cherokee and create. Okay, this folder is empty. We're going to create folder, seller side, create. Now we're going to go back to here. We're going to create buyer side and create. So this is the buyer's side. We're going to upload files to it now. And we'll just press Control A and open. So all of these documents are going to show up in this folder in a second. There we go. And we're going to press done there. Now we're going to go back and we're going to upload the seller side. Upload files, seller side, Control A, enter. All right. 33 items, complete, uploaded. So we now have 3 there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to downloads and I'm just going to delete all of it. It helps if your download folder is completely cleared out. It just helps you organize stuff more, better, faster.
So once you upload into Dropbox, you said they're typically closed, then you'll just delete off of your computer to kind of free up storage. Okay.
Well, I don't keep documents in my computer anyways. Okay. Everything I have is on Google Cloud.
Okay, so you have like a secondary source of like backing up your stuff too.
Well, I literally only use Command and Dropbox. That's all I use to back stuff up.
Okay. So how would you compare Dropbox then to OneDrive?
They're the exact same thing.
Okay, it's just kind of preference.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the only reason I use Dropbox is because this is what my drone guy sends me the footage in. So like all my listing graphics are in one spot.
Because OneDrive, if I remember correctly, like if for some reason your computer were to crash, you still have access to OneDrive. You just have to log on from a different source. Or does it make you log out of that OneDrive from the, you know what I'm trying to get at?
Yeah, so you can do that with this as well.
Okay.
The difference is that Dropbox is encrypted.
I think OneDrive's encrypted too.
It may be, I have no clue.
Yeah.
I know that our Google Drives are not.
Okay.
Which is why I don't store these there. Because this has closing documents and stuff in there. Like there is definitely identifiable personal information in our closing documents. So that's why I don't put them there. And I put them in here instead. So let's go through, and Rocketbook is that erasable notebook that I use. So any pictures that I take of like full pages of notes or something, it has an option for me to back them up here. And then like listing videos, I can probably delete this because I created a folder called listing graphics. That is where I actually store everything. So like each folder for my listing stuff has the high resolution, the low resolution for the MLS, and then just the generic video before I put it on my computer and brand it. And then on my computer, as far as where did it go? Listing photos, I try not to keep anything that isn't currently active on the market. I do want to keep this for a little bit. I'm not ready to give that up. And like I need to move my stock images over to my Dropbox drive. So like stock images of Lighthouse Point, stock images of Camelot Estates, things like that.
And then this is just another like personal preference question, but you said obviously keep documents for 3 years, but I mean, do you keep your documents indefinitely just in case?
I do, because yes, the average house here changes hands every 2 years. Legally, we have to keep them for 3 years. So, you know, this at least covers that. But also, you know, if somebody called you like 5 years from now and you originally sold them the house, you would want to be able to look back.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
And refamiliarize yourself with this. Like Galvin Humphreys, there's a reason that he's literally kept every single file he's ever done. I am glad that we finally pushed them all onto an external hard drive for him. But I think this is a great alternative, because say that hard drive fails or you accidentally leave it plugged in and then it gets corrupted because it was plugged into your computer. You know, there's some ways around things like that by using programs like OneDrive and Dropbox. Plus, I like being able to organize this into years so that I can be like, okay, now I closed that in year XYZ, you know, and be able to find it. I've closed more than I thought I've closed this year. That's a nice problem. So do I need to go over it again? I guess is my question. Should we do this one more time without all the confusion?
You can. I definitely understand it. But yeah, if you want to upload something else,
Sure.
I think that'd be beneficial.
Okay, let's do Swiss Village. So we definitely want to make sure that one's backed up. Okay, Swiss Village Road. So this is gonna be Bonhoff trustee to, what in the world were Scott's clients' names? One. H-A-R-T-E. Legacy Trust. Okay. So I only have one side of this deal. I did try very, very hard to get both sides. So we're just going to begin by exporting the documents. We want all three. Now you'll notice this says contract version 3. That's because I have 3 different contracts on this house. And we didn't get them all. And I forgot to export these. So I am going to go ahead and send this to him. Bonhoff 2022 exclamation point. And I'm going to text him right now to tell him that that's what I'm doing. Hope all is well. Just wanted to let you know. Email with everything that was signed for the house. The password is okay. So that should deal with that. And then this is going to automatically send him those documents as well when it exports to me. This is one of, and no, I do not want to save this password. One of my favorite things about this program is that we have the ability to do this. This might take a little bit longer. This one was a big file. Come on, think it over. Okay, we're gonna try this again because it didn't like me. Oh, why are you making me do that? Okay. Don't be like me and press the little arrow. You really want to back everything up. Okay. Swiss Village documents. So remember, this isn't a zip file. So we need to do, what we need to do is extract it out. That's why we're copying it all and then making a new folder. And then pasting it all over. Okay, everything moved. So now we're going to go back to Dropbox. We're going to create a new folder. Trust to our legacy. We're going to spell legacy correctly. Legacy Trust -1350 Swiss Village Road. Okay. So there's that. And then we're going to upload files and we're going to go to downloads. We're going to go to this. We're going to press Control A and we're going to press open. So slowly but surely, all 76 documents are now going to be uploaded. All right. Super, super easy. Like I said to Denny this morning, if you can run Facebook, you can operate how to back up these documents to something digitally.
So just for clarification, if for some reason your laptop were to crash with your Dropbox logged in, you can still log into Dropbox from another.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And then you can remove that other computer. So like say you got a new computer and nothing's wrong with it. You just don't want that computer to have access to Dropbox anymore. You can remove that device just like on like your Samsung or Apple account, you can remove past cell phones, same concept.
Perfect.
And you can automatically have it back up files in certain folders. I think OneDrive does this as well. On your computer, like say you want it to automatically back up the documents section of your computer, you can have it do that automatically. Things like that as well. I don't, because a lot of times most of the documents that are physically on my computer are for these contract binders that I make that are just helpful guides to help you do your contract well and like to help you make it through it when you overthink it and you just need a guide to just simply look at. So that's most of like the actual documents stored on my computer. Like, yeah, I don't have documents stored on my computer, man. I'm looking at it right now. I got Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Vanguard. I do have some of the complex bylaws on here, any of them that I've already worked with over the last year and a half. I've tried to back those up on my computer. That way, if I sell something else in that complex, I can just go ahead and upload them to the MLS. But yeah, my document section is oddly mostly coding for video games.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand. I had a laptop fail on me in college, and then I dropped my external hard drive in a little bit of water and lost every single paper that got me any scholarship. So I figured now that I'm dealing with legal documents, it better be backed up appropriately. So
totally understand. So I think that'll take care of that. Laura and I are going to stay on here, but we're going to kick everybody else off because that was the end of my class. So if you guys have questions about this, make sure that you reach out. I'm definitely here to help. I am going to Kansas City on the 2nd and the 3rd. And then on the 4th and the 5th of November, I have a wedding to shoot. Photography, not anything weird. So I always hate using the term like we were wedding to shoot. So I may be slow responding, but I'll definitely still have my phone on me. So that's that. I'll see you on the next one. And Laura, stay here so that we can keep going.